hopefully you've had a chance to get to know each other. We had a great conversation around our table, learned a lot about finance and radio advertising and weddings and a lot of fun things. So I'm pleased tonight to introduce you to Elaine Gibson. Elaine is a healthy lifestyle designer and a disease prevention expert. She is the CEO of Renewed Living and creator of the Extraordinary Living Made Easy method. Cited as one of the world's top 10 natural cancer survivors by Extreme Health Radio, number 4, having beaten stage 4 cancer with an integrated approach. She shares her hard-won lessons worldwide, and we have the privilege of having her here with us tonight. She is a chamber member. She lives right here at Lake Frederick. And we are just thrilled to have you here to share your insight and your wisdom with us. Elaine lost 28 pounds and 4 sizes along the way on that health journey. And she's a sought-after speaker, author, mentor, and a green juice loving grandmother. You are my kindred soul. My little granddaughter will say to me, I have a little goal every day to drink my 64 ounces of water, and if she sees me, she says, "Grandma, how far are you in today?" It's really cute. So women, you have the privilege of hearing Elaine tonight. She also shed 2 to 5 sizes, they tell me. I can't imagine. She's always just looked so vibrant. She creates disease-free, optimal health naturally without giving up chocolate. And here she is to tell you about it, our vibrant friend, Elaine Gibson.
So I've never done this with a handheld microphone before. I'm a New York gal, is all over her fingers, so we'll do the best we can. But thank you, Cynthia. I just have to say, I love my girlfriends. I joined the chamber. Danita, where are you? Where's Danita? We met, and I found out about this group, and I said, I'm in. Where do I pay? Where's Meredith? Same thing with Women of Winchester. I love my girlfriends. We're here to talk about extraordinary women creating extraordinary legacies. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show us all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Teach our children, we are all here about our legacy. To me, that is my passion, it's my vision for all of you and all of us collectively together. So yes, I beat stage 4 cancer without traditional protocols. My medical team said, Elaine, we don't think you're going to see your grandchildren grow up. Seriously? Have you ever met a Jewish grandmother from New York City? Now, we are all mama bears here, right? So I went on a journey to find out what's the foundation of health. What do the healthiest people do? So let's see if I can really do this. Can I? Yes? No? No? Yes? No? Yes? There you go. So what does a Jewish grandmother do with this information? She shares it with women like you to save you years and years of time, energy, money, and most of all, tears. So this is our family, my husband, Nevin, and I'm surrounded by these pictures all the time in my house. But that's what we do. But you know what? The problem is real. Look at these statistics. Over 39% of men and women in our country will have cancer. Think of that. 23.5 million Americans have autoimmune, and 39% have obesity. That's crazy. This is a real problem. So once upon a time, there was a little girl who grew up in an incredible family. She even danced at Carnegie Hall. Imagine that. She held all three of those adults in that picture as they transitioned. They all passed in her arms. And her favorite times were having conversations with her mom, who took her to her dancing lessons and her singing lessons. But the conversations were different then. I'm past 77 years old. Nobody talked about women's or girls' dreams or what do you want to do. It was different. So even though she had an incredible childhood, she still yearned for something more. And then everything changed. She went to sleepaway camp. And that's where she found and discovered the magic of girlfriends. Now, I would venture to say that every woman sitting here knows how important her girlfriends are. We're here because of women's communities. So she learned about sisterhood. And so this is why she actually created something called the Extraordinary Sisterhood. And you know what? There was no putting that genie back in the bottle. Once those girlfriends were made and the magic of that, that's how her life became, that's how she saw the world, through women and friendships and community. But this is not about her or me. That's me, okay? In case you didn't realize that. That is me. I'm that little girl once upon a time. And you know, people respond to my story in different ways, but it's not about me. I don't want you to leave here and think, wow, that's quite a story. I want you to leave here and think about, what do you want to be remembered for? And I'm going to ask everybody to take a deep breath and close your eyes and just center yourself and think about, what legacy do you want to leave? What do you want to be remembered for? So everybody just close your eyes, 10 seconds. You don't have to share it, but I want you to be in that place as we go on. Okay. I want you to just go through the rest of the night thinking about, what do you want to be remembered for? What impact do you want to have on the world? Because here's the thing. My journey is your classroom, but your journey is my classroom. When we're all aware of what we're doing and what we've been through, then we can share with each other in more meaningful and deeper ways. So this is our home. Nevin and I live here. So can you imagine that? So I'm so happy my dear friend Pat finally moved here, finally moved in. But so we've been here. We love it. So one of the things that's amazing is that, you know, we all have new homes, which means no garden, right? So Nevin and I left a beautiful garden that we had for years. So I decided that I had to go down to Gainesville to Maryfield Garden, because that's what I knew when we were in Fairfax. So I get in the car, it's about 50 minutes. I get in the car, I've got my water bottle, my alkaline water, I've got my green juice with me. And I'm driving 45, 50 minutes, and I get there. What's the first thing I have to do? Go to the bathroom, of course. I mean, what happens? You know, we all knew it, right? So this is just us, right? This is girlfriends tonight, right? So I get out of the car, and I parked as close as I could, and I ran in, and the bathrooms, if you've ever been at Merrifield in Gainesville, it's all the way in the back. So I run to the back, and I go around, and they're behind a display, and I pass the first door that says MEN. So I ran into the next door, and I'm standing right in the middle of the men's room. Yeah, and am I the only one that's ever walked into a men's room? Good, thank you. But how could that be? The first door said MEN. So I thank goodness there was only one man, and his back was to me. So I backed out, and I go down the hall, and I'm going, how is this possible? And I look at the sign, and there's a large mirror that they had there, they weren't using, right? It's up against the wall, covering the W and the O. But I was in such a hurry that I never saw the sign. And you and I are living life in such the fast lane that we never see the signs that our body is giving us. We are filled, you saw all the statistics, right? Autoimmune, all that. We are constantly getting signs are created from the wisdom of our body. Our bodies are designed to thrive. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves. Our bodies are designed, we were not created to be sick. So our bodies are designed to heal from the inside out. And when something is off, we get a little tap on the shoulder known as a symptom. But we're so busy that we never stop to see the signs. And they become so familiar that we think they are a natural part of aging, and they are not. So here are some signs that our body is giving us. These are things that you are accepting as a natural part of your life, and it's just not true. You know, it's interesting. I work with lots and lots of women. I coach, whatever, and we have lots of programs. We've had hundreds of women come through our programs, through our company, and lack of sleep and constipation show up a lot. And let me tell you, it's hard to change the world when you can't even poop. Think about that. If you're thinking about that, someone on the other side of the world is not getting your work because you're not getting it done. So it's true, though. It's really one of the things that it's so funny. They come to me because for whatever reason, and then we realize they can't poop, they can't sleep, so we solve that. David Asprey from Bulletproof. I don't know if any of you, I love this quote. High-performing people know that getting their food right is the most important upgrade. But there's so much conflicting information out there. One of the things that makes me crazy is so many people I know and love are eating bacon all the time. When did bacon become healthy and natural foods become controversial? I don't get it, but it's not your fault. There's so much conflicting information. And the reason that you have these symptoms is because your cells are starving. Your body is filled with calories, and your cells are starving for nutrients. And once I realized that, it was easier to have conversations. And I call this starving cell syndrome. So when you put together the fact that you have some of the symptoms, it's because you are in a revolving starving cell syndrome. And that's as easy as I can put it. So all we need to do is figure out, how do you feed your cells? Starving cell syndrome. Let's get you out of it. You deserve better. It's not your fault. It's not willpower. We all have the willpower. We all have the willpower. We just don't have the skill power. It's like, what do I need to learn? And when we start that way, it's easy. So Ann Wigmore is really, I'm trained in Ann Wigmore's whole line of learning, Hippocrates, all of that. So your food really is poison or medicine. It's either or. It's both, but it's all about your food. And once you can get that right, your life changes. Lorraine is a nurse, and she hadn't slept in like 5 years in Springfield. And she started with us about 7 weeks ago. She called me up one day. She said, Elaine, you don't believe it. I'm like going, oh my goodness, what's the matter? You know, we always think something's the matter, right? She said, I slept 6.5 hours. She hadn't gotten off the couch in 5 years. And 2 weeks later, she went to spend the day with her grandnieces to take care of them. She hadn't been able to do that. Now, we all love our girls' days with the little ones, children, grandchildren, nieces, aunts, whatever it is. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Top left here, that's your food. 80% of what you eat needs to be alkaline foods. And I'm going to send everybody the food chart. So it needs to be higher on the vegetable side than the fruit. Everything's 80-20. You're all in business, right? Everything's 80-20, including your food. 80% of what you eat needs to be alkaline. God's garden. I call it eating from God's garden. So we all do like a lot of meditation and praying or whatever, but we forget to look down. We look up a lot, but we don't look down very much. And God gave us that too. Okay? The other thing is, start your day, we were just talking about that. Start your day with hot water and lemon. I promise you, first of all, you'll poop. And honestly, so it will hydrate your brain and it will flush out your system. Okay, start your day with hot water and lemon. I drink it all day long. Water that works. Stay hydrated. So many people are drinking reverse osmosis water. I get scared when I hear that. Okay, you need to be drinking water with oxygen in it. We can talk about that offline, but you've got to be hydrated. Your cells must be hydrated. Disease cannot live in the presence of oxygen. Cancer's an anaerobic cell. Autoimmune is anaerobic. So get oxygen in your body. That's the 80% of your food, the energy from the food, and also alkaline, ionized, oxygenated water. Now, self-care. We're all so busy, right? Self-care is so important, but nobody has time. You think you don't have time. So I'm going to give you a really easy one. At every sink in your house where you have your soap, put lotion. Put lotion. So what happens is that you're rubbing your hands, you're massaging your hands. What could be better than that, right? And the oxygen's flowing and your muscles are good, and it's your time connecting with you. And when you're done, look in the mirror and say, you go, girl. But those 4 things, and you know, sometimes people roll their eyes when I talk about the lotion, and then inevitably they call me back a month later and they said, you know, you're right. So if you're in my car, it's in my car, everywhere, just, getting in, it's a time just for yourself. This is my life now. I lost 28 pounds. I've got all the badges, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem. My mother and I even did the rye bread diet. Really, but we did. So this is me now. And it was the only time in my life I wasn't trying to lose weight. I was just trying to live. So I was focusing on eating from God's garden, and all of a sudden the weight fell off, and it stayed off. This is our family, this is our life. Granddaughter ride the carousel, she's now in college. Nevin and I jump in the ocean, and I swim with my California grandson in the ocean when I go out there too. Eleanor Roosevelt. Good health. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. Now, I'm not one to argue with Eleanor Roosevelt. I believe it's a responsibility, because once you know it, you can't unlearn it. Once you know that your legacy and your impact is in direct proportion to the food that you eat, there's no turning back. That's your legacy. And I believe you deserve optimal health, vitality, and joy every single day. We have it here. You all are out. This is the country for me, right? So I love to say I'm in the valley, right? So my next license plate's going to be Valley Girl. I'm definitely getting a Valley Girl license plate. So Nevin, I'm 77 for my next birthday, maybe. So I just want to say that if you're going to leave a legacy, make it matter. You matter. The world needs you. And I want to ask you if you're willing to use your legacy to help others. On your table is a feedback form. I need to know what your takeaway from tonight is, because by you telling me that, I know what to give other women. So I'm going to ask you to fill that out before you go downstairs, or give it to me downstairs. Just leave it on the table. I cherish these, and I can then know what to write and what to deliver for others. That's how I learned that everybody was constipated. Literally. Honest to goodness. So I have a Facebook group called The Extraordinary Sisterhood. We're close to 2,000 now. Come join us, The Extraordinary Sisterhood on Facebook. And I have a gift for you, since we all juggle our hormones. Everybody, I'll get the list. You will all get a wonderful guide about your hormones, food and hormones. And I love this quote. It was actually Della that gave it to me. Here's to strong women. May we know them. May we be them. May we raise them. I want to thank you for your time. I want to always wish you health and gratitude. And I say, let's see what magic we can create together. Thank you all very much.